What's up guys, Alex here, owner of Mobile Bike Repair North County. We're here doing another unboxing video of the Hulk Goat 5 kilowatt e-bike. Let's get this thing all unwrapped and get everything all spread out. All right, now that we have the bike all out of the box, we can go over what all came with the bike in the packaging. About 90% of the bike comes pre-assembled. We just have to put a few things together and it should be all good to go. In this white box here, we have our charger. We get a bag with all the components we need to just assemble the bike. Now, first thing we'll do is we will get the fork attached to the handlebar. We're gonna pick this up. It's all attached with cables. Where we want to make sure no cables are going under this piece or just to the side. It should just slide right in easily. Like this, you just want to make sure everything's lining up. All right. All right, now that that's on, it all comes together and it looks a lot more simple. And we have our handlebars right here, which we'll attach in a little bit. All right, now that we got all the parts out and consolidated, what we'll see is we have these two bolts. They come with washers, so we want the washers on the bolts. We do get some wrenches. This will be the nut we need to attach the fork to the bike. And these will be to attach the handlebars to the top of the fork. Two extra tools that we will be needing to complete this assembly is just a basic crescent wrench and just an Allen key set. These are two basic tools you can find at your local auto part or like Home Depot or Lowe's. So first thing we want to do is take these bolts right here, come over here, and they will attach right to the bottom of this. Once we get them started, we can take our Allen key and we can tighten it down. All right, now that we got that all set, this piece is now one with the bike, and that'll bring us to our next step, which is to attach the nut and just attach this whole front end together. So we'll take the washer, plop it on right there, and then this we'll just thread on. You don't want to force anything. And then that's when we will use our crescent wrench. Get the handlebars out of the way here. Take our crescent wrench and also be generous when tightening this. All right, so our next step after getting the fork attached to the steer stay, we are going to attach the handlebars. What we'll need for that is this set of tools. They come separately, the bolt with the brackets. So what we'll do is we're gonna take our handlebars. We don't want them to be tangled up or anything, any of the wires, but we'll just set our handlebars up here. And we also are going to attach our display, which is right here. How we'll do that is we'll first put the clamps down. We'll get started on the back threads, and then we'll just put the display right up here. And then tighten it over the display. Once we get the majority of the handlebars tightened by hand, we can take one of the wrenches provided in the toolkit and we can start tightening down the bolts. Just want to make sure that when we are tightening these, we are being conservative and tightening them evenly. We don't want one bolt to be tightened much more than the others. So just be conservative with how tight you make them. All right, now that we got the bolts tightened, just a little test I like to do after this step is to just push down on the handlebars, see if they move. We don't want them to be wobbling up and down, so in this case, mine are moving just a little bit, so I'll just continue to tighten them. Awesome. Now that we have our cockpit all assembled, minus the accessories, we just want to make sure our brakes work. Awesome. And now that we have the cockpit set up, this is how you want it to look. If you want to come on over here, we have the brake lines and cables in front of the bike, not tangled up inside of these. Our handlebars are moving freely. And now that this is all assembled, we can get to the accessories. We'll get started with the blinkers. Like I said, they made it a lot easier for us to just install these. They come already wired in. All we have to do is just attach them. So what we'll do for that, put that through and just thread the bolt. With this, you can just do it by hand. Usually that gets it tight enough. But if you want to do it extra, you can use the crescent wrench. All right, now that we got those all tight, we just want to make sure that they are even. Make sure that they're facing forward. And if these come packaged pretty loose, all we need is an Allen key, one that's provided with the bike, the one with the screwdriver on it, and we can just tighten it right here. All right, now that we got the front all situated, we also have some blinkers in the back to attach. And these just attach right here. You put them through that hole and then you'll just thread the nut onto the blinker just like before. All right. Next, we will be installing the rear view mirrors. They will come in this little cardboard box here. What we'll do is we'll just unwrap them. Very quick and easy. This one will go on the left side. This one will go on the right. With the bike, it already came with the brackets to install them, so we'll just twist these on. Be careful not to cross thread. All right, now that we got it oriented where we want it, we can just tighten down the nut that came attached to it. And then we can use our crescent wrench to just make it nice and snug. No need to over tighten this. Nice and snug, and then we can put the cap right on top. We will repeat this process for the right side. Awesome. Now we have the cockpit fully assembled with our handlebars, the fork, the rear view mirrors, and the display. And this is what it all should look like. All right, all we have left now are the reflectors, and this we can install right now. This is a like center console compartment lid. We'll just attach the notches right in there, push down in the front, and now you have a center console. To take it off, push down, there you go. Next we have our reflectors, and don't be alarmed, there are extra washers in the toolkit. That's for extra accessories if you wanted to add stuff on top of the handlebars or whatever, maybe like a number plate or an extra headlight. For the reflectors, there will be a little threaded piece right here towards the back of the bike. We'll come here and just thread it on. Once it's on, we'll do the same for the other side. Awesome. All right, now all we have left are the keys. But as you might notice, we didn't have to install any pegs on this goat bike, unlike all the other goat bikes, because they already have some installed right here. Have a cool little design on them, a little spring loaded, but they just flip up and down, just like the typical peg. With our keys, we have an ignition switch key, and then we have a key for the battery. So for the battery, take off this lid, and here you have your battery exposed. This right here is a 150 amp fuse for the battery, and then it attaches right here. This is how we can attach it to the bike, by plugging this in. All right, now what we will do is we will plug the bike in. This indicated to us that the bike is now on. The horn went off. The compartment lid back on, lock it on. And then to test the bike out, we have the key. The key will go right here, on. As we can see, the display lights up right away. We can test our blinkers. Left, right, front and back, make sure front and back work. Make sure our brake lights work. Brakes feel good. Headlight goes on and off. Bright, dim. Test the horn out. Awesome. All right, now that the bike is all built and ready to ride, we will go over some of the specs first, just to know what you're getting into. This bike has a 60-volt battery, 55 amp. The motor is capable of 10,000 watts on the high end. It's displayed at 5,000 watts. It has about 50 miles of range. Comes with our hydraulic disc brakes. It comes with a key fob set, and it also comes with everything you need to ride it on the road, turn signals, brake lights, etc. All right, guys, now that we got this thing unboxed, let's take a look at it. This thing is pretty nuts. As you can see, these brake calipers and rotors are unlike anything you'll see on an e-bike. These are motorcycle grade. As you can see, we have these huge tires back here, almost golf cart sized tires. This thing is nuts. It's gonna be super fun to ride. Hopefully your assembly went as smoothly and easily as ours did. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave a comment below and we'll get to them as quick as possible.